Well, we're in a cave. My name's Matt.
Matt?
That's Matt. We're both travelers. I'm a bicycle traveler, tricycle traveler. Matt's a backpack
Traveler, adventurer.
adventurer. Don't say traveler.
I mean, you call me a traveler, but you gotta expand on it a little bit.
Yeah, give
I'm
it
more
some,
than just a traveler.
Give it some
My traveler days are
explanation. And just to kind of give you a little synopsis, we are in a cave in Vietnam called. Well, this isn't the Son Doong Cave.
No, this is
the something with an H. Ha Long? I'll put it in there somewhere. But it's one of the it is the most amazing campsite in the world, probably.
That's what our guide.
Yeah, that's what he keeps saying over
and it's kind of funny.
over. It was funny for like the first 5 times. And we're drinking coffee at base camp here. The beginning of a larger tour that's going to take us into the. It is base camp. Well, camp one, I guess. The beginning of a 4-day adventure that's going to take us deeper into the caves here, into what will be the largest cave in the world, called the Son Doong Cave. And how was today?
Today was I mean, I don't know how to even describe it. It was a hike. I mean, that's not the best way to describe it.
Yeah. It wasn't too strenuous
at all.
Yeah. It was a nice hike through the jungle of Vietnam and relaxing. I wasn't taxed at all. You know, not really.
I don't think anyone was.
Yeah. It was a.
So if you are thinking of doing this, but you don't know if you're fit yet, just know at least on day 1, it doesn't take much.
You're good. I was thinking about talking about different topics while we're here in the cave. It's sort of a strange opportunity. We don't have a lot of chances to be in like these amazing caves in Vietnam, but I am starving for topics to talk about.
Yeah, we kind of we went through the topics that we've listed, and none of them are really relevant to the caves, so we're kind of just freestyling right now.
What did you say? What were you talking about while we were sitting at the table just a second ago? You were just talking about something. I said we should. You don't have to record this, and then you were talking about.
How everyone's gonna ask Matt.
Right.
Everyone has asked me, and I'm sure they've asked Matt about places we've gone. Was it what you expected, or are you like? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Blah, blah. First off, it's always going to be worth it for me. As long as I go, it's already worth it. Because just me going is the adventure. The icing on the cake is if I get what I don't expect much, but when it lives up to the money I paid.
Right.
And because this was a little more expensive, I'm hoping that I'm not let down by the end of it. However, even if I am, I still will not regret it, because I will be able to say, I've done it. I've actually done it. And
you've done it.
And I can say, first person, I can say, it sucks, or it's cool, or it's awesome, instead of saying, I know this one guy I met, he did this, and he said it was like this. I like being able to give my opinion straight from the source, being me.
Yeah, like when I went to North Korea. I have an opinion about North Korea. A lot of people have opinions about North Korea that haven't gone there. But my opinion has a little bit more substance than, say, somebody that's watching the news channel, you know? Like, a lot of these things that I've done, not too many, but a few of them have been big ticket items. Climbing Everest was really expensive. And
that's another thing. That's
huge expensive, you know?
Like, even because you didn't get to the top, I'm sure you don't regret it, just because you had the experience. And
I can actually say things about that experience that have first person meat to it, you know. And a lot of people, especially today with the culture of Instagram and Facebook, you can be what do they call that, like a sofa traveler or something like that, where you're sitting and watching other people experience the world. A lot of you guys that are watching my videos, not to degrade you in any way, but like you're living my experiences through your screen, you know. And it would be my hope that it would inspire you enough to where you could say, wow, you know what, I saw Matt doing these things, I'd really like to do them myself, and go off. That would be like if you want to make me proud of this whole project, that would be amazing. And if you do go out and you do have amazing experiences, please send me an email. I'll put it below. Tell me what you've done, if it's been even like tangentially related to the fact that you watched the JaYoe Nation. I would really appreciate it, because that to me is the most fulfilling thing, you know. But yeah, actually traveling, like, just rattle off some of the places that you've been.
Well, this is the way I do it in my head. I have to go through the route that I went. In 2013, I booked a one-way ticket to Christchurch, New Zealand. And the only thing I booked in advance, I booked a 1 week long snow safari, that's what it's called, Haka Tours. and I just wanted to snowboard around around New Zealand in August. Only place in the world you can really snowboard in August. So I did that all the South Island. Then I went up to the North Island, you know, Rotorua, Auckland, all the good stuff in the North Island. And then I flew.
Wait, you did this backpacking, or what was it?
Backpacking.
Backpacking.
All hostels, backpacking.
Yeah.
All by myself. The only tour I booked this whole ever, for the most part, was the initial Haka tours, because it's snowboarding, and I didn't have my own snowboard gear.
How old were you then?
35.
Before that?
34.
Before that, had you traveled? What was it?
My first time ever leaving the country besides Mexico, and I'm not counting Mexico because that's.
Yeah,
I didn't need a passport when I went.
Yeah.
It was before 9/11. I was in the military and I just went across the border. Anyways, so the first time was in 2008. I did a Kentucky tour. I was 28 years old, and I did 45 days around Europe. I was wet behind the ears. I knew nothing about anything. I never left America. I was ignorant. I was naive, which is why I booked a Kentucky tour. Someone told me about this one tour, and that's my initial cherry breaking.
Yeah, in travel.
And the ironic thing, that's a whole nother side story, but I went back to America and I became a tour manager for Kentucky in America. So then, fast forward to 2013, so fast forward 5 years, and I booked a one-way ticket to New Zealand, did all of New Zealand, then flew to straight to Melbourne. From Melbourne, I worked my way up the coast of Australia. In there, I did all your typical tourist stuff around the coast, you know, Sydney, and that's where I actually got my first ever scuba diving experience on the Great Barrier Reef. I got my open water, patio open water in Great Barrier Reef. Because one thing I did say, I said every country I go to, I want to do what that country is known for.
That's a good thing to do.
So like when I got to Cairns, Australia, I'm like, the Great Barrier Reef right here.
Hell yeah.
And this is a little small funny story to show you how ignorant and how little I knew about pretty much anything, but specifically scuba diving. I walked into, I don't know if it was a dive shop, it was just a tourist shop, I think, because there's tons of them in Cairns. And I said, I want to see the Great Barrier Reef. And I shit you not, I asked, is there like a submarine that would take me down there or something? And they kind of like, I can tell
we know who you are. We know a greenhorn there.
And they said, no, but can you scuba dive? I was like, I've never been scuba diving. I don't know, I have nothing about scuba diving. And they said, no, you do this, you can do this. It's 3 days. They told me the price. So, you know, I said, I'll do it. So the only reason why I became certified was only so I can see the Great Barrier Reef. I had zero intention of ever scuba diving ever again.
But you fell in love with it.
Within the first, because anyone that has their open water story, anyone that has ever done any kind of scuba diving, in order to get certified, you go through obviously a course. And the very first thing you do, your first dive, you have to go down a rope. I remember going down probably my 3 meters down. 3 meters down and looking around and being like, holy shit. I was like, this is a whole nother world. I fell in love with scuba diving before I even let go of that rope.
Yeah.
So I did that and I continued on, and from there I met I went to Thailand. I went to Phuket. I was just trying to, the only reason I went to Phuket because I was trying to kill 5 days because I was meeting a friend in Africa and he was going to get there in 5 days. So I went to Phuket. After that, I flew to Tanzania, Kilimanjaro Airport, and that's when it hit me that this is the life I want to do.
Continue.
Because that was my first real like third world country experience. Like that was like, this is what I see on TV, National Geographic. I was literally, if you've ever been to Kilimanjaro Airport and you've driven to Arusha, just that drive, you see giraffes and like on the side of the road. And it's like, this is real. And I was blown away by that. Then when I got there, I met my friend there. We did, Serengeti. After the Serengeti, we went down to Zanzibar, which is a beautiful island. If you're ever in that part of Africa and you're in Tanzania, go to Zanzibar. It's a beautiful, beautiful island. I was in a hostel that was also volunteer. So me and one of the other volunteers, we went down to, I cheated on this one. We did fly from Tanzania down to Johannesburg. From Johannesburg, I hopped on a bus and I went down the garden route of South America. Africa. The garden route of South America is literally the bottom part from Johannesburg. You drive down south to Durban, and you just go around the coast to get to Cape Town. And that was about 2 weeks, and I stop in each different spot.
What were you doing? You were driving with?
No, it was called. I don't know. Do people watch this show that are like big time travelers?
Yeah, yeah.
If anyone knows Baz Bus, that's kind of a big thing in South Africa for younger people.
Yeah.
Basically a hop on, hop off type of small bus. It's not like a big bus. It's bigger than a van, but smaller than a bus.
Yeah.
All it is rides. It's not like tours or anything. And took me about 2 weeks to get down there. When I got to Cape Town, I did all the typical Cape Town cage diving with sharks. Was pretty awesome. Table Mountain. Oh, how could I forget this? This has happened by chance.
You didn't say Pamplona yet, did you?
No, that's way down the road, buddy. We're just getting started. So, just by chance, I happened to be in Cape Town when Nelson Mandela died.
Okay.
And the hostel I was staying at was direct. I mean, when I say directly, I mean you can see it from the window. The arena, the football arena, where his memorial service was, and it's free. So I obviously wasn't planned because I didn't know Nelson Mandela was going to die, but that was an amazing cultural experience for me. Being in that stadium during it was a celebration of his death. I mean, it was weird. It wasn't. There was music. It was a concert, but it was an amazing experience. So from there, I went to. I flew to Ushuaia. Ushuaia, Argentina is my #1 favorite small. I've actually written a long list of.
I forgot how many countries he's been to. This might take a while.
It might take a while. I might have to have a part 2. So Ushuaia is my favorite town that has a population under 10,000 people. Because I've listed, what my favorite this, and I put Ushuaia in my favorite town that has less than 10,000 people. If anyone ever has the opportunity to go to Ushuaia, Argentina, go.
Spell it. E-U...
U-S-H-A-I-A. Ushuaia. I believe that's right.
Okay.
Don't blast me if I spell it wrong, guys.
If you are wrong, then I'll put some interesting graphic up that shows you.
There's also nightclub in Giza called Ushuaia. But my whole reason going there was because when I was in Lake Taupo in New Zealand, it was raining. Small little things happen that you just like. If those didn't happen, your whole life would be different.
Yeah.
It was raining, and so I was doing nothing, and I'm not gonna just sit in the hostel my whole time here. So I took a boat ride around Lake Taupo in New Zealand, and there was one other girl on there from Singapore. It was just me and her, because it was raining, so no one, I guess, wanted to go. And we just got to talking, and I was telling her what I was doing. I was planning on going around the world, and she goes, "Oh, you're gonna go to Antarctica?" And I was like, "I wish." I didn't think it was even a possible thing to do. And she's like, "Well, me and my husband just went. It's amazing." I was like, well, "Are you scientists? How did you go?" I was really naive.
That's how you learn. That's how you learn.
And
everybody
she explained
starts
me how
from
to do
nothing.
it, and she laid it all out for me how to do it. I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it." So that's why I went to Ushuaia. Ushuaia is where 90% of the boats leave that go to Antarctica. Number 1, it's where you leave
for Antarctica.
Number 2, it is the beginning or the end, depending on where you start, of Patagonia.
Okay.
So you can either start, up north.
So I'm gonna have to go to Ushuaia from Cape Town. Like that's my goal is just to go to.
If you want to go the same route that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I flew on there's no direct flight.
See, I'm learning now too. See.
So I went to Antarctica. When I came back from Antarctica, I stayed another 3 or 4 days in Ushuaia.
What did you like about Ushuaia beyond the Antarctica thing? What was it?
The visual aspect, number 1, because when you get out of the airport and you look and you turn around, because you literally walk out of the airport and you see the town in front of you, and then you look around, you do a 360, and you see nothing but mountains, big mountains. So it's like a little cave, and you're encapsulated.
Like a cul-de-sac almost.
Exactly, because when you look out to from the airport, or so from
the bay.
From the bay is the next piece of land is Antarctica. So you are full on, completely in your own little planet in the world. I got out of here. So, but yeah, Ushuaia is just a beautiful city, town within itself. And even if you don't go to if you don't do the whole Patagonia hike, or if you don't go to Antarctica, you still should go.
At this point in time, how far are we into your traveling experience? Are we 10% in?
I'm 4 months in.
4 months into 6 years.
6 years.
Okay, let's put a thumb on this because we're getting a little long.
Well, okay.
We'll just unless you really want to. I feel like we have all these people here.
Okay, I was just gonna wrap up because here I won't go into detail. I'll just say, okay, I came back to Ushuaia, I went up Argentina. From Argentina, I went through Bolivia. Through Bolivia, I went to Peru, did Machu Picchu. Then I flew back home for a month, and that was phase 1. So we'll end it right there.
Phase 1. Phase 1 over. But Machu Picchu is a story in itself.
Machu Picchu, Bolivia, the salt
Bolivia.
flats. Like I didn't.
Golly, we should just talk about each one individually.
I could.
We just did Ushuaia.
I could talk about Bolivia forever. Bolivia is one of my favorite countries to travel through. Now let me say that again because that's very important.
Yeah,
There's a
through,
difference.
from.
Travel through and travel to.
I included that
different.
in the previous vlog. That's said in my previous episode.
So understand, travel through is different than travel to. I love traveling through. My 2 favorite countries to travel through was Bolivia and Morocco. And Ireland.
Okay, just simply because we're sitting here in this expedition, and it's a very unique cave that we're in. We're doing some really interesting things. Is it okay that I introduce you guys?
Perfect.
Is that okay? So we're here as part of a larger expedition. It's not just me and Matt. It's actually quite a few of us. So I would like to maybe we can go around and introduce you to everybody on the tour. So introduce yourself and where are you from?
My name is Adam. I came here with my wife Eva.
Okay.
We are from Poland.
Okay. And how long had you been planning to come to Son Doong?
I was thinking about it like 2 years.
Okay.
And I really started to plan it like last year.
Okay.
And
He turned 50 this year. So
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. I am celebrating my 50th.
Fantastic. There's a sign there that says no sex in the caves. Happy anniversary.
You are American, so you follow the rules.
Oh yeah, we always follow the rules.
Very strict,
We always follow the rules. Well, you know what we were talking about in the beginning of the video was the difference between hearing about a place and going to the place, right? Like you can always watch Facebook and see people that have gone to the Son Doong Cave and you can kind of say, oh, that's cool because I read that article, or that's cool because I heard a story. Do you feel like being here in this cave right now teaches you a little bit more and gives you a better perspective that you can share with people than if you were to say read a story? And like, do you feel like that's a huge difference?
It's, of course.
Yeah. I mean, this is just day one, you know, but
when you come here, it's like completely different, but it is like every adventure.
Yeah.
Like every travel.
yeah. How is it different? Is there one thing that like
You can smell it.
okay, yeah, senses.
You can hear it.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
You can hear
We
it.
just heard bats a minute ago.
And we had
You can
our
have
crew.
a bath.
We can have a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the opening to the cave here. What's the name of this one? Hang
Hang Ten.
Han-
This is Hang Ten.
Hang in.
hang in.
Yeah.
I'm Norbert. I'm from Hungary. I'm waiting for 3 years to come here and
3 years.
and do this trip. Yeah.
Tell me something that's that you've seen here that has kind of elevated the experience from what you read.
But, you said this is day one, so
It's just-
I think we haven't reached the goal.
Right.
But it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really natural.
Has it lived up to your expectations? Above, or below, or right around? So far.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Fantastic. Now it's okay.
Yeah. We have a few other people, but I think they're getting coffee or roaming around.
Trying to get our head.
Hello, Olivia.
Yep, right.
What is that? Is that your company or
No. Did you
gang?
watch-
Osage
Did you watch White Hugs
White Hugs?
with John Travolta?
Oh, White Hogs. Yeah. What is that? They take the road trip on the motorcycle.
This is
Yeah.
something like this.
We're all introducing ourselves. Sue, how are you?
I'm good.
Where are you from?
I'm from Melbourne.
Okay. And how long have you known about this tour before you booked it?
About 2 years.
2 years. A long-term plan.
Well, yeah.
The fruition of a lot of thinking.
Self-doubt in the meantime.
Ah,
Didn't
you
know
did
if
great
I could
today.
do it, yeah.
Do you feel good?
I feel fabulous.
Fantastic. We got a few more days to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. And where are you from?
Fred from France.
Okay.
And working in Singapore.
Yeah, and how long have you been planning this? You just...
Yeah, I just learned about this amazing cave and trip.
Cool.
Journeys on a trip actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And 6 months and booked 3 months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely
Cool. Cool.
really
Cool.
nice.
Is it what made you think about coming here? Like, what was it about the cave that you were like, I want to do this?
Like a unique experience, and it's not like nobody did it.
Yeah.
Like, I think we will be the only one in our group of friends, family, or whatever,
Yeah.
to do it and to share this experience. It's not like, oh yeah, you went to Santorin, yeah, in Greece, oh yeah, I went 2 years ago. And no, it's like unique.
Or you know a friend who went there.
Exactly,
Like we were
yeah.
talking about that. Like, all right, well, I'm running low on battery, so we'll end this one and then, yeah. So just to give you a little idea of the camp here. That's the camp for the crew that's taking care of us. That's our camp over here where we're hanging out. That's the entrance to this cave. It's not the largest cave in the world yet. We're getting there. And then that's dinner. So we're setting up dinner here real soon. Sinking your feet into the sand of this cave, hiking through the opening of this cave, and setting up camp inside this cave it makes everything more tactile, you know? If you have the chance, do it yourself, you know? There's a real benefit to taking steps and actually living first person these kind of things. I am so much wiser than I once was because I've taken those steps, and Matt as well. He's done so many things. He has so many points of knowledge. It's too bright, too bright, too bright. It's too bright. It's look. It's white.
It's white,
you see,
right?
it's white. That's good. That's good. It's perfect. See,
Oh,
it's
amazing.
really, really nice color.
Wow, really?
Right? Right?
Yeah,
That's-
look at handsome,
that's
right?
Great. That's
Cool.
great.
Yeah, cool.
He's our guide. So
Yeah, I'm cool guy
this
now.
is
It's
Ken.
not clean up.
I'm making today's video right now
Alright.
about you know, many people have heard about Son Doong Cave, right?
Yes.
It's in the news, you see it on the TV, like
yeah,
advertisements.
advertisement.
But coming here and putting your feet on the ground inside this and doing this trip,
Yep.
it has a lot more real value because
because you can feel it.
you can feel it, you can
Yeah.
smell it, you can see it, you
yeah.
you push
You can
yourself
even
every
touch it,
day.
yeah.
You're hiking, so like basically I'm trying to say that like I have been many places.
All right.
My friend Matt has been
Yeah.
like many places,
Yeah,
and
right.
and every place that you go, you become a little bit more wiser, right? You
Yeah,
learn a little
wiser.
bit more. You put it like in your wallet, you know, your
Yeah,
experience
it's
wallet,
like-
you know.
And after 10 years, you go out like to like big ladder.
You have a
Yeah,
huge,
wallet,
encyclopedia, you know.
Yeah, right?
Go out there and do it and experience it. It's the best way to do it, you know.
Yeah, the best way.
And if you're coming here, you got to go through Oxalis.
yeah, right?
That's the only way to do it. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.